What's going on, guys? I want to show you one of my best strategies. Now, I've got a handful of strategies and entries that I use each and every single day that I kind of sit back and I wait for, right? And I recommend you as a trader to have 2 or 3 setups that you can identify each and every single day and stick to those same setups each and every single day. But this is one of my setups, the break and retest of a linear regression. Now, mind you, I trade prop firms for Apex, Top Step, Top One Futures, and daytraders.com. I use all of those platforms to execute. I do all of my charting where I trade my stocks and options at Thinkorswim with Charles Schwab. Okay, so I have an indicator in this one right here. Okay, I'm going to pop this up. Edit study linear regression. So this is just a linear regression channel 50. Okay, it's nothing special. It's nothing that I coded. It's nothing that's, you need to have some special, whatever, right? Coding tools. You need to have Thinkorswim. Now, we've tried to find the linear regression channel 50 on multiple different platforms. We can't find it to match up perfectly. Okay. But what it does is provide fantastic levels. Okay. So if we notice the break off the open of the linear regression channel 50, notice the break in the run up. A lot of people would like to get trapped on this, or like to jump into the first initial move. Here's the problem with jumping into the first initial move. If you're not an experienced scalper where, you're just getting in, getting green and getting out, sometimes you sit in on this move on the first 5 minutes and you think, oh man, I'm going to make so much money. It spikes, it spikes, it spikes, and then immediately wicks down. And then now you're kind of trapped and then it pulls back. And then you sell out for a loss, and then it shoots up again, you would have made money, right? So instead of trying to decipher what's going to happen in that first 5 to 15 minutes of the day, just sit it out, especially if you know that we broke through a level of supply, which is this linear regression right here. Okay, just let it break out and let it pull all the way back. And if it doesn't pull all the way back and it doesn't hold, let's say it just pulls back and it loses this area, fine, right? There's no trade. But what I want to tell you is that if you have 2 or 3 setups that you're looking for on a day in and day out basis, like break and retest of specific supply and demand zones, such as this linear regression channel 50, this is the retest here. Okay. Now look at what happens at 7:20 in the morning Pacific Standard Time. Pulls back, breaks through, closes above. This candle right here says it all. Now I can utilize this candle. It's a 24-point range candle. I could essentially risk the entirety, okay? 24.5 points, 25 points. I could put that as my max pain, meaning if the following candle takes out the high, I can jump into this candle here at 7:25 Pacific Standard Time. And if it fails to continue up and it loses the bottom of the previous 5-minute candle, I get out. Very simple, right? So again, how much are we targeting on the bounce on this, this break and retest? You could target the highs. You could target 5 points. You could target 20 points. You could target 10 points. You can do whatever your heart desires. There's no right or wrong way to skin the cat. Now, what I recommend is having something a little bit more mechanical where, you're not every day trying to look for sometimes 50 points, sometimes 5 points, sometimes 25 points, sometimes 15 points. I like to keep all my stuff around 10 points, 10 to 12, 10 to 15, 5 to 10, 5 to 12. Like it's always in that zone. So if I get into a setup and it starts to work and I get paid out 9, 10, 11, 12 points very, very quickly, I'll just sell out. Job done. So with that being said, that's a setup. That's a strategy that I look for every single day. I look for a 20 SMA setup every single day. Here's another one here, even though it doesn't look like much. Guys, the high on this 20 SMA, the actual pivot, 23,877. The confirmation goes all the way up to 884. Okay, so there's 5 points in there. If you're looking for a quick scalp, there's 5 points, right? So there's a lot of setups. The same thing here. Here's a long setup here. 23,865 shoots up 23,876. Okay, from 65 to 76. Little 10-point scalp there, little 5-point scalp here, little 5-point scalp there, little 5-point scalp here. Even if you just take 5 points, 5 points, 5 points, 5 points here, you would have made 20 points. Okay. If you're trading one mini contract, you got to think about it. That's close to $300, $400, right? So you can really start to add up really good days if you just have 2 or 3 setups. Another good setup that we like to trade inside Evolution Traders, which is my online trading community, 15-minute opening range. Here's the first 5-minute candle, second 5-minute candle, third 5-minute candle. Here's your 15-minute opening range high. Opening range breakout happens here. Boom. Allow it to break, right? Allow that pivot to get broken. Never take first entry, second entry. Those of you guys inside Evolution Traders, you guys know what second entry is. We're never just diving into the first entry. We always wait for price action to break, and then we're always waiting for the confirmation. So here's price action breaking. Here's your confirmation. 5 points there. So again, have strategies that can be your go-tos. Have strategies that you trust. Have strategies that you know how to manage the risk in case things go wrong. Because remember, trading is all about managing your risk first, preserving your capital first. Making the money is just the cherry on the top. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see all of you guys on the next one. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you guys want to join Evolution Traders, it's 50% off right now. Link is down in the description box below. If you guys need Apex evaluation accounts, you can use my discount code DAnthony. If you guys are interested in straight to funded with Top 1 futures, right now it's 50% off. You guys can find that link down in the description box below. It's about $150 for direct to funded. So with that being said, I'll see all of you guys on the next video.